What's going on, YouTube? Haven't made a video in a while. Been dealing with some things, and I'm going to college. Check out these scores. I know they're horrible, but you know, whatever. Program ready, ladies and gentlemen. Going to college in the fall, so y'all probably won't hear a lot from me, and if you do, it's between like semesters and stuff. But yeah, going to freaking Central Georgia Technical College. Yeah, so. And my program that I'm going in, the automotive program, y'all. So y'all keep me in your prayers or whatever, so I can, you know, pass this college and whatnot, and get my certificate and my degree and stuff like that. And hopefully starting my own mechanic shop in the future. Anyway, that's not what this video is about. This video is about something that hit hard to me today. So I was on YouTube, right? And this guy he had this video of these dogs fighting. And it was two pit bulls, of course. And in the comments, a guy left a comment and said, "Pit bulls should be banned everywhere. They're vicious dogs and they kill. That's what they do." Let me explain something to y'all. And if you have a soft heart, my suggestion to you is go to the next video. If you don't like hearing videos about dogs, my suggestion to you is get to the next video. If you don't like hearing about how pit bulls are good dogs, my suggestion to you is get to the next video, because this video is going to talk about them dogs. So yeah. So here we go. Sorry, I checked my Facebook real quick. So, basically, here's how this is going to work. I'm going to talk about the dogs I've had, and then I'm going to talk about how the breed themselves. Me, personally, I've had, I would say, probably about, about 15 dogs my whole life. Some of them I raised from puppies to when they got grown. Natural causes killed them, or got hit by a car or something like that. So, throughout my whole life, I've had almost like 15 dogs, maybe a little less. And about 9 of them have been pit bulls. I've had a pit bull named Gator, Georgia, Roxy, Hoss, Dixie, Angel, Butch, Roscoe, and Devil. So, you would think that with 9 pit bulls, one of them at least had to be mean. Wrong. Actually, none of them were mean. They were all trained on command with my voice only. If anybody else said anything, well, other than my mom or my brother, they wouldn't do anything. They wouldn't attack or anything like that. You tell them to sit, they'll sit. But as far as attack commands go, they were only trained to my voice, my mom's, and my brother's. So, they were all loyal. Every dog I've had was loyal. I had a dog that was a fighting dog. His name was Cherokee. He was a pit bull. That's another one, Cherokee. Oh, and Buck. If I didn't already say Buck. But, okay, so 11 pit bulls. Or 10. 11. So, Cherokee was a fighting dog. He had scars all over his face, right? And I got him when he was about 3 years old. I had another dog named Buck. Them two, both males, we had to keep them on different sides of the fence because they would fight. But that's because dogs naturally fight sometimes when it comes over dominance. See, some people think, oh, there's a guy dog humping a guy dog. Oh, that's gay. Or there's a female dog humping another dog. Oh, that's weird. No, it's actually dominance. Dogs actually show dominance like that in nature. Wolves and coyotes and stuff like that. The males will either submit the other ones and make them submit to them, or they would hump them. Whatever. But they could play together all day long, but when one tried to show dominance over the other, they'd get into a fight. And I could break them up like that just by one simple word, and I said break. And they would break apart, and they would go to opposite sides of the fence, and they would sit down, because I trained them like that. So, Cherokee was a fighting dog. You could put him in a cage with any dog in the world, and he would fight him before I got him. After I got him, 3 months of me training him and me disciplining him and everything like that, I could let him out, let him run the neighborhood, and he'd come right back home after I called his name. You could have a dog walk right in front of him, a male dog, a fighting dog, sit there and bark and growl and snarl at his face and all that, and he would sit there. He wouldn't care. So now I'm going to talk about the breeds themselves. Here's how this works. You can't blame the breed. Pit bulls, yeah, they were made for fighting. Like, that's why they call them pit bulls, because they fought bulls. They would put them in rings with bulls, and they would fight the bull. Well, as generation, they got to fighting dogs. So they would fight each other. So, let me get this straight. In the 1980s, I think it was Rottweilers, or German Shepherds, or Dobermans, something like that. In the 90s, it was another breed. And now 2000s, it's the Pit Bull. But here's the thing. People still own German Shepherds. They still own Dobermans, Rottweilers, Boxers, Great Danes, Greyhounds, miniature pinchers. They still own all these dogs that were supposedly getting banned. Yet, when the word Pit Bull comes up in a conversation, the first thing that most people think is, that's a vicious-ass dog. But they forget to realize that any dog can be vicious by the way you raise it. It's the way you raise a dog that gets them to that vicious stage. People put gunpowder in their food. They put steroids in their food. They'll inject them with things. They'll make them... I've seen people even make their dogs fucking snort cocaine. They'll put the cocaine down on a piece of meat and then only let the dog sniff the meat. And the dog would snort the cocaine, and it would make him go crazy, and they'd put him in a ring and fight him. They'd give him raw meat. You can give a dog raw meat, but you can't give him too much. Dogs are domestic. Yeah, that's true. But if you give a dog its natural food, which is raw meat, like if they go out and kill a deer and they eat it, that's raw meat. That's their natural thing. They're going to get into a more natural state and then want to continue to do that. They're going to want to continue more for blood. They got the taste of blood. They love the blood because that's what they're used to. Or, well, that's what they're naturally used to. But if you can break them of that habit, then you have a good dog. All my dogs have been good. My dogs never fought, except for Bucket Cherokee, over dominance. And my other dogs never fought unless they were attacked first. I had a dog named Snoopy who was a Basset Hound Beagle mix. He was a short little dog. I got somebody calling me. But he was a short little dog. And he was stocky too. And he was short and he always ran away. But he would go down the road, and this Great Dane down the road, and this Rottweiler and Pit Bull would always try and attack him through the fence. Well, one day they actually got a hold of him. My dog stood his ground and fought all 3 of them by himself. Ripped the Great Dane's throat out, broke the Pit Bull's leg, and crushed the bottom jaw of that Rottweiler. And walked back home. Now you would think, Great Dane, Rottweiler, Pit Bull, all versus one dog, that's mutilation. But see, the way my dogs were trained is defense. Defend naturally, attack on command. So, if I was playing around with one of them and I got too rough, they would defend themselves by growling, showing their teeth, or nipping. That would let me know that, oh, okay, I'm playing too rough, I need to calm down a little bit. But if I would look at them in the eyes and say, attack, and they would attack me, but they wouldn't hurt me because they knew who I was. They would act like they were. They'd put their mouth on my arm or my leg or my shoulder or something like that, and they would just like gnaw on it. So what people fail to realize is not all pit bulls are bad. Actually, none of them really are. None of them, no dog, no cat, no rooster, no bull, no nothing like that was born to fight. They are raised that way. So, well, cats, they're fucking stupid and they fight naturally. So I guess you can say cats were like born to fight. Some good guy, you take a stray cat and put them in the same freaking area, they try to kill each other. You put a stray dog and a stray dog in the same area, you never know what you're gonna get. You might get a fight. You might get two dogs that become best friends. I don't know. I just know you put two cats together and it's like a fight unless they come up together or something like that. But anyway, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about cats. I'm talking about dogs. So, for all you people out there who are saying pit bulls are bad dogs, let me explain something to you. First of all, learn the facts. It's all about how you raise a dog. It's not about what breed it is, or how big it is, or how small, how muscular, how skinny, anything like that. Their diet, nothing like that. It's about how they're treated and how they are raised. You can take a dog, I guarantee you, I promise you this, if you take two dogs, two pit bulls, from the same exact litter, brothers are brothers, sister, brother, sister, and brother. Yeah, I got that right that time. And put one in a loving home and one in a not really giving a crap home, I promise you the one that goes in that caring home will be loyal, loving. It'll be the best dog you ever had. But you take that one that comes from a non-caring home and they fight dogs or whatever, or anything like that, I guarantee you that dog comes out to be a fighting dog, mean, aggressive, just straight plain vicious. And I've seen it happen because I've had litters of dogs, people take them. I've only heard back from probably about, I'd have probably about 5 litters. In each litter there's about 6 of them. My female, she's done. She's done. She has 5 litters, she's done. But 6 puppies in each litter. So you take 30. I've only had a call back from 20 people saying that they were the best dog they've had. 10 people, I knew for a fact that if I let that dog go home with them, that I would never hear about that dog again. But you can't refuse to sell somebody something just based on how you feel about it. I mean, who knows? Maybe those dogs went to caring homes or something like that. Maybe they did, or maybe they didn't. I don't know. I haven't heard back from them. But I've heard back from 20 people saying that those pit bulls were the best pit bulls they ever had, and they don't see why people want to ban them. I had a buddy of mine that bought one from me. He said it was 3 months old. Somebody knocked on the door. He just laid there. And nobody said anything to come in or anything like that. The person opened the door. He jumped off the couch and growled at him and started barking at him. He was protecting him. Okay, I knocked on the door. Okay, that's a knock on the door. You know, like, okay, he's alert. He knows there's somebody there, something there. But then they come through. Nobody says anything. Nobody opens the door, nothing like that. They just come right on in. The dog's going to get defensive. And he's called back and said the dog has done it many times, and the dog is now 2 years old. And he says he still does it. He says he doesn't attack when somebody knocks on the door. He lifts his head up, perks his ears up, looks around and listens. And then when the door opens, if he opens the door, the dog's perfectly fine. He'll walk over there, he'll wag his tail, lick you, put his ears back, submitting and all of that. But if you just walk through the door, the dog jumps off the couch, tail sticking up, ears up, barking. He's alert. He knows there's somebody there. He's like, somebody just came in. Who are you? But here's another thing about him. How can we ban a breed? Really? How are you going to ban it? What are you going to do? Make a law that says nobody can own a pit bull? You can say that all day long. But does the government even realize how many dogs they would have to give up or have to get rid of? So many dogs are mixed with pit bull. Because if they ban pit bulls, they have to ban every single dog with pit bull in it. So basically they'd have to ban pretty much half of the freaking population of dogs in the United States, if not more. Because almost every dog, unless you've got a full-blooded dog, and you have papers showing that they're full-blooded, a lot of dogs have pit bull in them. Boxers, some of them have pit bull in them. Rottweilers, some of them have pit bull in them. Some Chihuahuas have pit bull in them. Believe it or not, I had a Chihuahua get a pit bull pregnant. I had a full-blooded, long-haired Chihuahua get a full-blooded, red-nosed pit bull pregnant, and they were short-haired, small-headed little dogs that looked like pit bull Chihuahuas. They really did. One of them had a big head and a little body. It was really weird, but you'd have to ban those dogs. Every single pit bull that I've had, most of them have been full-blooded. I've had a couple that were bred with American Pit Bull or American Bulldog. And that's another breed you would have to ban. Because some of them are bred with Pit Bulls. And some of them have Pit Bull in their bloodline. So in order to ban Pit Bulls, they would have to waste so much money on vaccinating or ammunition or something like that to put them down that it would just be too much of a hassle. That's why some people or some places haven't banned them yet. I know in some cities, you can't have a pit bull. You can't own a pit bull. That's bullshit. You can't stop somebody from having a dog. Because if you stop somebody from having a dog, that's just like taking away a child. Unless they don't give a fuck about that dog, and they're just like, oh, I fight that dog. You can take him. I'll kill him myself if I have to. But if you get those people that really care about their dogs, because I know a guy who lived up north somewhere up in North Georgia, and his city banned pit bulls. That ban lasted for 3 weeks. My buddy had to give up his pit bull. He said when he had to give up his pit bull and they put him down, he said he didn't give a fuck anymore. He said he was speeding, he was flipping off cops, he was back and forth in front of the courthouse because he didn't care. And then when the ban got removed and he got another pit bull, he walked around all day long showing that dog off. He said he didn't care. So if you take away a pit bull, it's like taking away a child. If you take away any breed at that. So ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching this video, whether you're against or with pit bulls, understand this. 1970s, it was another breed. 1980s, it was another breed. 1990s, it was another breed. But you know what? When you look at the breeds that they were, you don't hear nothing about them anymore. Do you? You don't hear nothing about Rottweilers anymore. Occasionally you'll hear something. German Shepherds, you're going to hear something about German Shepherds because they're used as guard dogs. Doberman Pinschers, sometimes you're going to hear some stuff about them. Boxers, shit, man, it doesn't matter what breed it is, you're always going to find something bad about them. Every breed, any dog can be aggressive by the way they are raised. Listen to the word raised. Look at your kids if you have kids, or look at yourself and notice how you were raised. Look at how other people act and look at how you act. Look at how they were raised and look at how you were raised. If you're a mean son of a bitch who don't care about anybody else, and you're just like, oh, F that kid, you were probably raised bad, so you're a bad pit bull. But if you look at a kid who's doing his math homework, who's passing all his classes, he's going to college, he's he's got a job, he's got a vehicle, he's got a nice place, everything like that. He's one of those good pit bulls. And they're rare to find nowadays. Those rare pit bulls, those really good pit bulls. It's all about how they're raised. Most people don't want a pit bull because of everything they've heard about them, because the media says that pit bulls are bad dogs, and they aren't bad dogs. People, if you do anything in this world, if you want to do anything, do one thing for me. If you don't do it for me, do it for future generations. Alright? Stop judging dogs by a couple. Stop judging pit bulls because some of them are vicious and mean. Go out and get you one. Get one as a puppy and raise it the way you want to raise it. If it turns out great, you're a good raiser. You're good at raising dogs. But if that dog ever bites you or is aggressive near his food, you might want to train him a little better. My dogs, they never bit me. Only when they were puppies did they bite me. And they learned real quick that they better not bite me. Because as soon as they nipped at me, if I went to grab their food from them, or they went to nip at me because I sat near them, or I walked by them too quick or something like that, I tore their ass up. People, discipline your dogs and discipline your children. Because trust me, the children who don't care and who come from broken families, if they get a dog, it's a 50-50 chance that the dog might be a good dog or the dog might be a bad dog. Because if the kid doesn't care and comes from a broken home and he's sad and lonely and he gets a dog, then that dog could be his companion. But vice versa, he could train that dog to be fighting dog and to be aggressive and everything like that to make himself feel better because he's getting money from dog fights or whatever. So people, please stop judging dogs by other dogs. If I had 2 pit bulls with me right now, I don't have them with me, they're down with my brother. If I had 2 pit bulls with me, the ones that fight all the time, if I had Buck and Cherokee, I guarantee you, I could have them both sitting right here next to me, right here, loving on both of them, playing around on the floor with both of them, and they would not fight until one of them got dominant over the other. And they learned real quick, after I was around for a while, stop being dominant, because I'm dominant. And they didn't fight anymore. So people, please do one thing for me. Instead of trying to ban pit bulls, let's lock up the people who made the name that way. People who videotape underground dogfights, or a dogfight period, and you see people doing it, report it, man. Tell somebody. Don't let the dog just get hurt like that. Because honestly, if you saw your son out there or your daughter out there getting their ass handed to them or beating somebody's ass, you're telling me that you wouldn't get in there and get involved with it? I would. Because if my son was getting his ass beat, I'd be like, alright, that's enough, break him up. If my daughter was getting her ass beat, alright, that's enough, break him up. Of course, if they get attacked and they start whooping ass, I'm going to let them go. You know why? Because they got attacked and they're defending themselves. That's what people don't understand, the difference between attack and defend. When you see fighting dogs and they're in the cages or in the rings or whatever and they both go after each other, they're both attacking. But when you got one dog that just sits there and another dog just comes up and attacks, and the other dog starts fighting back, that dog's not attacking that other dog, he's defending himself. So people, stop judging pit bulls. It's all about how they're raised, not the breed. Get it right. Get it tight. I don't know why I said that. It's just a song. But seriously though, on a serious note, stop judging pit bulls. Because not all of them are bad. That's just like me saying all German Shepherds are bad. All Rottweilers are bad. All Boxers, Doberman Pinschers, Great Danes, Chihuahuas. It's just like saying they're all bad. You're basically saying all dogs are bad if you say one is. Because they're all family. No matter what. Hope y'all liked the video. If you did, drop a like, hit the comments. If you didn't, hit the dislike button. That's on you. Share this with your friends. Share this with your family. I apologize for the profanity, but hey, gotta get the message across to some people somehow. Anyway, y'all, that's it for my time. If you ever want to hit me up or chat or anything, hit me up on Facebook at Matthew Ogletree. It's the picture of me and my fiance in in the pool. And hit me up on Twitter at GeorgiaBoy478 at Georgia_boy478. And that's it, baby. So hit me up. Let me know what you think about the video in the comments or on my Facebook or my Twitter. And my Gmail is Matt Ogletree, OGLETREE 76 or not 76, 67 at gmail.com, and hit me up on there. Other than that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm out, and I will see you all another time. Later, y'all.